Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna go ahead and open my BoxyCharm with you guys. This is the March? Yeah, this is the March. Yeah, March? Yeah, this is the March BoxyCharm. Sorry, I couldn't remember. But this is the BoxyCharm for March. I'm really excited because the sneak peeks this month were amazing, and so that is why I basically just have my brows, foundation, and concealer on, and I do have two different concealers. If you have not checked out that video, I will leave that down below. We're gonna go ahead and I kind of already peeked inside the box. I just wanted to see what I got, you know. So we did get the Butter London Double Decker Mascara. I was actually hoping for this one. I haven't tried any mascaras from Butter London. If you guys if you guys are new to my channel, you probably don't know, but I love to switch out mascaras. I very rarely use the same mascara twice in a row. Usually what I do with the BoxyCharms is the mascara that I get in there, it usually goes in my daily bag, so I get a little bit more use out of it, and I can report to you guys as to how I like it. Next thing in the box is the Pretty Vulgar. It's the Make Them Blush Hush Blush. So let's go ahead and open that up. It looks kind of mauve-y. See, like that, it's this color. You see that color right there? It's that color, especially for spring and summer. So I'm really excited about that. I do like the Pretty Vulgar packaging, I'm not gonna lie. The only thing is that it feels kind of chintzy. Drop the whole box, why don't you? Oh shoot, there's an eyeshadow palette in there. Okay, so what I was trying to say is that the packaging doesn't feel very like luxe, and I know this brand is in Sephora and they're not that inexpensive, but so far what I've gotten from Pretty Vulgar has been from BoxyCharm, and I have liked most of their products so far. So we'll see how this blush performs, but I do think it's really cute packaging. And we got the South Main 3 Eye Gel Packs. Reduces puffiness, reduces dark circles, moisturizes eye area, fully cleanse eye area. Apply this product underneath the eye, leave on for 30 minutes, reduce puffiness and dark circles. Use promptly after opening for best results. Use for 3 days consecutive. These are cruelty free, so that's pretty cool. I'm just gonna open them up. Obviously I'm not gonna use them right now. It's kind of weird that they, like, you know, tell you that you have to kind of use them, you know, basically as soon as possible. I mean, you would want to use this in the morning, so it's definitely gonna have to be on like one of my days off from work where I'm gonna have to give these a try. I'm gonna stick these in the freezer. It's something that I like to do, or in the refrigerator. It's something that I like to do with these like eye gels, because they get nice and cool, and they really do, you can see how they depuff. So since I do that with all of these eye gel thingies like this, I do that with these, you know, give them a fair shot. Oh yeah, that's right. And then one of the other things that we got here was the Vintage Cosmetics. It's the Smoky Eye. I don't know if I should open these. I honestly have a lot of brushes, and I know that this would be great in a giveaway. That's cute. It says step 1 for the money, step 2 for the shadow, step 3 go girl go. That's cute. Yeah, it has like a smudger brush, a shadow brush, and an angled shadow brush. I have a lot of brushes, so I'm not going to open this. I'm going to save it for a giveaway for you guys. We're getting really close to that giveaway. And this is a British brand. I didn't know Vintage Cosmetics was a British brand. That's pretty cool. And then right here it says 25% off online orders if you use the code SMOKY25 at checkout, and that code expires June 30th of 2018. So if you are looking to get some more stuff from Vintage Cosmetics, be sure to use that code. I love getting brushes, but like I said, I have a lot of brushes, so I would rather save those for you guys than to use this. But one thing that I'm not going to save for you guys is this eyeshadow palette, because the moment I saw it, I was like, I want it, I so want it. This is BoxyCharm does do this quite frequently with their subscription box, which is one of the reasons that I like it. They collab with a brand, and they kind of come out with a product that they think is great for their charmers. So this is a 12-piece eyeshadow palette. It's cruelty-free, gluten-free, talc-free, vegan-friendly. So very cool. Let me go ahead. If you have not seen this, they gave this to all of the influencers on the Punta Mita brand trip, with Pure and BoxyCharm, and I love the shades because I think they're just really pretty for spring and summer. And I'm digging a lot into the color lately, so I think that's why this kind of is speaking to me. It does have a mirror on it, which is awesome. And here are the shades. I'm just gonna remove the little paper there. Here are the shades. Let me, oh, does this, oh, okay, cool, it bends back. Okay, you know, I prefer those palettes. On the mirror it does say Pure Love BoxyCharm. But here are all the shades. Here we have a dark brown, we have, which is the shade Duet. We have Mia, which is this blue shade here. We have the shade BFF, which is like this magenta shade. The shade Boxy Black, which is a black shade with it looks like purple and gold glitters. We have the shade Charmer, which is absolutely beautiful. We have the shade Alliance, which I absolutely love as well. We have the shade Bay, ATL, Perfect, Nakey, Belle, and Squad. So really, really pretty. There are quite a few transition shades, but I will say this, it seems like this shade are the only ones without shimmer. This one has shimmer, even though it doesn't look like it does, and then the brown has a little bit of shimmer too. So you've got about 3, maybe 4 transition shades, which is pretty okay. Like I said, this is a pretty colorful palette, which I think is going to be really beautiful, especially if you're not somebody that has a lot of makeup. This is just adding a little bit more to your makeup and really beautiful shades. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch these for you guys. Ooh, that feels really, really smooth. I like that. That feels super, super smooth. And this is with no primer or anything. There is the shade Perfect. Then next we have the shade Nakey. They feel really, really like nice. They have a little bit of fallout even when swatching. So there is the shade Nakey. Next we're gonna do a Squad. Squad looks a little like melon colored, but it's actually a pretty true pink. And there's the shade Squad. Then we have the shade Charmer, which I hope this shade is just as beautiful as it looks. There it is right there, shade Charmer. Digging into these shades, my first thoughts are that ooh, the shade Alliance actually is not, it's like, it doesn't have as much fallout as the other shades, and it's gorgeous. Ooh, I love that. Look how pretty that is. It's so pretty. It's like a copper brown with like gold reflex. And then we have the shade Bay. Bay is really, really pretty. It's a kind of true magenta with like a purple iridescence. Next we have ATL. ATL is really pretty, and it's kind of like Alliance in terms of the formula. These two have had like the least amount of fallout. I'm saying the shade ATL has a lot of the same formula as the shade Alliance, which I really like. Doesn't had minimal fallout, and it's swatching very beautifully. Then we have the brown shade Duet, which now that I'm looking at it on my finger, look at that. It's really, really pigmented, and I like swirled. Alright, and there's Duet. It's really, really pigmented, as you can tell. And actually you can't see the shimmers in it. You can only see it in the pan. So that's pretty good because that gives us another transition shade. Why am I wearing white with swatching? Don't judge me. I didn't think this through, okay? Next we have the shade Mia. And there is Mia. It's gonna go right there. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, it's really like a glittery blue, which is really pretty. It's not just like a whatever blue. It's like a really glittery blue. We have the shade BFF, which is the second to the last shade. Also super, super pigmented. So this is probably, yeah, it's gonna swatch really nicely. Really beautiful. And last but not least, we have Boxy Black, which is black. That is a big, it's really black, which is nice. And look at that, the nice swatch there. It's really pigmented, which, I mean, for a black, you know, we hold our black shades to, I feel like, a really high standard as far as like pigmentation goes. So there are the complete swatches of the eyeshadow palette. There are the shades swatched. So pretty. I would say, yeah, I like all these shades, honestly. I think they're really pretty. The first 4-ish had quite a bit of fallout. I'm kind of a bigger fan of like these bottom formulas. Let's add up the total. So remember, BoxyCharm is $21 a month, and I got all of these products on there. $21 includes shipping, and they no longer have a waiting list. So that's awesome. I know a lot of people have waited to get on BoxyCharm because of that waiting list, but now you can feel free to add yourself and get these great savings. So the eyeshadow palette is $36, so that alone, it makes the box completely worth it. The Butter London Double Decker Lash Mascara is $20. The South Main Beauty Under Eye Gels are $10. The Vintage Cosmetics 3-piece brush set is $23.15. And the Pretty Vulgar Make Them Blush is $26. That values this box at $115. So definitely one of the best boxes yet of the year, and you do get this coupon for Butter London for 25% off your next purchase of $50, and you can use the code CHARM25, which expires July 1st. So we're gonna go ahead and test out some of these products, see what I think so far. So we're gonna try out some of these products, see how it goes. I guess I'll start with my eyeshadow. Prime my eyes using MAC Utterly Becoming Paint Pot and a Morphe M224. Right, now that my eyes are all primed, we're gonna go into the BoxyCharm Pure Cosmetics Collab Eyeshadow Palette. And we are going to take the shade Perfect, and we're just gonna use that to kind of set the eyes. So I'm going to take that on a Morphe R37 brush, put that all over the eyes to set that that MAC paint pot. I prefer doing this over using translucent powder, because translucent powder tends to make your eyeshadow a little duller. Prefer to use a shadow to set, and that way when you set your eyes like this, it actually blends your shadow better. I'm gonna go in with the same brush into the shade, let's do Naked, to the shade Naked. We're gonna flip that brush around, and we're gonna go right here in the outer corner, and we're gonna go into the inner corner. So far, the shades are really pigmented. Even that shade Perfect showed up on my skin, which is nice. Sometimes those shades tend to not show up on the skin, and lighter shades like this one, like this one and Naked, kind of tend to look a little too muted. And I kind of like to tilt my head back a little when I do my eyeshadow. So my palette's down here, and I kind of tilt my head backwards to get a little definition, since I do have hooded eyes. And I'm going to take this Morphe M562 brush, and I'm going to go into the shade BFF. Shade is performing really nicely. Sometimes these more vibrant shades can be either hit or miss, but this is performing really beautifully. Concentrate that a little bit more on the insides. Leave it a little more blended out on the sides. Alright. Go back into the shade Naked. A little bit of a smaller brush. This is a Morphe 507, and I'm going to grab just a little bit of that shade Duet, just a tiny bit, and I'm going to put that in the crease. Okay, so now we're getting kind of what I wanted. So now the shade is a little bit darkened in the crease. The shade BFF is a little darkened in the crease. Now my shadow's all blended out. I'm going to take this Makeup Shack T72 brush. This is just a flat shader brush. Spray some, I was gonna say Fix Plus, but that's not Fix Plus. It's the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray, and I'm going to go into the shade Alliance right here. So usually when I do my halo, I just go like this down the center. So go from the center all the way down into the lash line. And then on the sides I'll kind of stipple. The shadows have quite a bit of fallout. Just like, it seems to be just in the pan because I don't seem to have, oh, spoke too soon. Have shadow all over my bottom of my face, spoke too soon. I was gonna say that I really didn't notice that the shadows had fallout on my face, but spoke too soon. This shade is so beautiful. It's this Butterlender Mascara Sal's. Where is it? It says 200% thicker lashes, 314 increase in lash curl. So I'm gonna try that on and see if it's true. But that shadow is beautiful. Alright, so I usually always apply my mascara is that I start all the way at the root and then I kind of wiggle it up. This mascara isn't tapered towards the front, which is just one of those things that I prefer because I'm kind of clumsy. And if the mascaras don't taper towards the front, I tend to get a little bit on my nose or right here, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Alright, this is exactly what I meant about that mascara. I got a little stain right there, so hold please. A little tip. If you ever do get mascara on yourself, don't wipe it away right away because you'll end up creating a bigger mess. Let it dry. Then take any old brush and dust it away. See? Came right off. Didn't make a big old mess. Doesn't have to be a big old fuss. So I'm going to take Bay on this Morphe R41 and I'm just going to look up and go right underneath the eye there. Not my favorite mascara thus far. My lashes don't look any longer. They do look fuller though. Pretty Vulgar Cosmetics blush. We're just gonna take that on a Morphe E4. And we're just gonna start at the back here. And because I have a rounder face, I like to keep my blush basically from here just to about there. I don't like to go too forward on the apples of my cheeks because if I do that, I tend to make my face look rounder, which is something I try to avoid. It's really pretty blush. I'm so glad this BoxyCharm palette has a mirror. I think it's so cool that they included a mirror with it. It's a really pretty blush. That wraps up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!